And what's up, everybody? I'm back with another amusement park review. Actually, I know it's been a while since I did one of these. Think back to a couple of years ago? No, last year with Hershey Park. This one's of a Nickelodeon universe, specifically the Nickelodeon universe inside the Mall of America in Minneapolis. Just recently visited there. There's going to be a series of videos coming out about that trip, both from Nickelodeon Universe and also a stadium review that will probably come out after this one. And then I've got a series of roller coaster reviews that I'm going to do as well. But this is going to be just a general overview about my thoughts about the park. It's not a very large park, so I don't expect a huge... It's probably not going to be a very large review. But I do have some thoughts about it, so let's just jump right into it, shall we? And also, it's small. It's a very small park because it's indoor. I think the indoor aspect's pretty cool because they can operate year round. They don't have to worry about weather, and it does kind of limit what you can see from outside the park. However, also you can just walk in. You don't have to buy a ticket to go in. You buy a wristband to ride the rides, but you can, if you don't want to ride the rides, you can just walk around inside the park, take photos, videos, whatever. Which I think is a really cool aspect because, again, it's indoors, it's connected to the Mall of America, so people going in there necessarily might just want to look at the rides. They don't want to ride anything. They maybe don't want, so they can just kind of gauge their opinion, and if they want to ride them, then they can go ahead and do so. It's pretty nice. It is a small park, though. We were able to walk to the back to the front pretty easily. I mean, it's not big at all. They pack a good amount of rides in there. A lot of them are kid oriented, so we didn't necessarily ride a whole lot of them. And if you want to see, this is going to be no reviews of the coasters in this video, but I did pick up all 5 credits that you can get at Nickelodeon Universe. 3 of them will get reviews. 2 of them are similar enough to, or actually pretty much identical to other coasters that I've ridden. That's the Barnyard one, the kids one, and the Avatar Airbender. It's kind of like the, what the fuck's it called? It's like the Surf Dog and the Pipe Scream rides. That's what it is. So those are not going to get reviews. The other 3 coasters will. Those will be coming out soon, so you can go check those out. Those are actually the only ones we rode. I didn't ride anything else other than roller coasters. We considered not even going to the park at all because of how pricey it is. It's over $50 for an all-day wristband, which is more than you probably will pay going to Cedar Point. And you get a lot less value with that ticket because you're paying for the Nickelodeon branding. And it is very, very themed. There's a big balloon in the center of the park that spins, says Nickelodeon Universe. All the rides are very well themed. The park itself is very well themed. A lot of cool, Nickelodeon themed stuff. Everything is very well themed. So I will give them that. But that's why you're paying so much. But to alleviate that, they do have a system where you can just pay you can pay like a point system and then you can just have a few rides. Like all the thrill rides are like 6 points, and then the kids rides are 3 points, and you can buy a certain amount of points. So we did that. We bought just a few points, enough to ride the coasters, and then we just rode the coasters, and we were done. So that worked out really, really well because we could save some money and also just ride what we wanted to ride. Because we didn't need to ride everything else, It's still quite pricey. I think we paid like $30 or something for some amount of points. I don't remember how many we did, which is again pretty pricey for only being able to ride a few coasters, but still you're paying for the branding. And you know what? It's okay. Like, it's all right. It's nothing crazy. And like I said, most of the rides are kid oriented, so it is good for the kids. Even the coasters, for the most part, are pretty kid oriented. So the operations. Let's talk about the operations a little bit. For the coasters we rode, most of the lines were not bad at all. The only one that was really a trouble, which I will talk about in its review, is the Fairly Odd Coaster, which I think has terrible operations. Waited about an hour for that ride. It was definitely not worth it, but again, I will talk about that on review. The operations, in my opinion, are a little sketchy. They don't really have very good ride checks. They think as long as the lap bars lock down, you're good to go. Which don't know about any incident history. Most of the rides we rode did not have seatbelts either, so that was great. It worked out fine. I mean, I was never injured or anything. It was fine, but just saying, it's a little bit lax ride checks, a little sketchy, must say. Nobody got hurt while I was there, as far as I know, and I didn't get hurt either, so I don't know any major injuries from there. So maybe it's fine. I don't know, it just felt a little sketchy to me. Yeah, I mean, that's really all I have to say. Again, it's a small park, very small park. It's not one that I would think, not one that I would say it's a destination park. If you're in the area for other stuff like we were, and you want to go to the Mall of America, and you're a big coaster enthusiast and want to pick up some credits, I definitely think it is worth it to buy some points just to ride the coasters, and also kind of walk around. You can take some pictures and whatnot. But as far as like going out there specifically to go to this park, don't do that. Don't do that. If you're like going on a trip, like a coaster trip, or just on a trip in general, I think it's, like I said, worth it to work it in. I don't know what the one in New Jersey's like compared to this one, but only time will tell. So hopefully I'll get out there at one point. So, but yeah, that's my review of the park. I'd say it's about 7 out of 10, maybe 6 out of 10. I don't know. We didn't spend more than a couple hours there, so it was, it's fine. But if you have kids, I definitely think it's a good idea to bring them to this park. I think they'll get a lot of fun out of it. But also just remember it's a little pricey, but they have the point system, just so you know. So that's a good thing to know going in. And also make sure to check and make sure the rides you want to ride are open, so you don't waste money on the points. They do have a good thing where they scan the points before you, like right before you get on the rides, not when you get in line for the ride, in case it breaks down or anything like that. But if you get kicked off because you can't fit, or because you're too small, or some other defect or something, I don't know how they would refund you the points. So you got to be careful about that. But anyways, that's going to do it for this park review. If you've ever been to Nickelodeon Universe, either in the Mall of America or the one in New Jersey, I'd love to know your thoughts about them in the comment section down below. Is the one in New Jersey worth visiting or not? But otherwise, guys, that's going to do it for this review. Again, stay tuned for the coaster reviews that I've got coming out. There should be 3 of them, and how will that incorporate my top 50 coaster rankings? Because I've already started to work on that part too. So anyways, guys, that's going to do it. Till next time, see you guys later. Goodbye.